Hey Carla, I'm finally ready for my first hire, and that will be a really awesome executive assistant. Now question, how can I find the best EA? How can I look for the best EA attributes or green flags? In this video, I will share with you the 5 top green flags when hiring an executive assistant or a chief of staff. I'm Carla Singson of Proximity Outsourcing, and I have over a decade of experience hiring executive assistants, general VAs, chiefs of staff, the right hand of the entrepreneur, the founder, and basically the Robin to the Batman. I also have successfully hired some of the best EAs for myself, my businesses, my sister, and even a family office manager for our family, which basically operates as its own office. So my family office manager is kind of an EA that takes care of our taxes, our property, some of our investments, and some of the day-to-day errands, and sometimes even helps out with picking up my niece from school. But at the end of the day, you want to find these people who are amazing at what they do, who are really smart, who are really trustworthy and are super reliable. But the best EAs or the best executive assistants, they're not just all about soft skills, they're also not just all about critical thinking. It is a special mix of both. And in this video, I will share with you 5 characteristics that you should not miss out and you should not scrimp on when you're hiring a chief of staff or an executive assistant for your business. Number 1 is proactive anticipation. One very good characteristic or green flag of an amazing EA is when they can be 2 to 3 steps ahead. If they can anticipate your needs, if they can flag certain issues before even escalating, if they're the kind to prepare briefs and agendas before a meeting, that is definitely a green flag. Now, how do you test for this and how do you ask for questions that will reveal if the person that you're hiring for has this characteristic? Now, you can ask them if they have any project management experience, if they have any personal leadership experience. Honestly, sometimes even if they're like the eldest child of a family, that's a plus for me. Or if they did like position in their student body or their student government thing, that is a plus for me. A lot of these roles in the past will require that you need to be 2 to 3 steps ahead. You need to flag issues before they escalate. And you are the kind of person that is always forward thinking and a problem before it happens. Now, green flag number 2 is impeccable communication. The good thing is this is really easy to see in the selection and interview process. So choose the EA that gives you clear and concise answers, someone who doesn't beat around the bush, and most of all, handles difficult conversations with grace. So I have another video that talks about the 3 questions that you should ask someone before you hire them. Look for that video and ask those questions for your interviewees, for your candidates. You will notice how they answer and how they communicate and how they relay their thoughts to you. So even if they're sharing something that you might disagree with, or maybe like they will share a difficult experience in their life, the way that they share this with you speaks a lot about their character and how amazing they will be when you work with them. Because a lot of the job description that's involved in being an executive assistant or being a chief of staff or being the right hand of a business owner or a founder is communicating with other parties, maybe collaborators, affiliates, other partners, and you will really need a good communicator to be your right hand for these instances. Now, green flag number 3, discretion and trustworthiness. You need someone who totally has your back, someone who has strict guidelines in terms of protecting your business, protecting your intellectual property, protecting a lot of the confidential information, and of course, protecting your best interest as the business owner. You need to hire someone who can be an amazing gatekeeper of your calendar and of your time and of your headspace, but also someone who's trustworthy enough to not use this access to you to power trip. So this is a great balance between discretion and trustworthiness, and also trustworthiness in terms of, do you trust them enough to have some sort of power over your time and over your headspace. So you will see these attributes the more you do creative questioning and the more you really dig into their past. And of course, my other tip is really be industrious when it comes to checking their backgrounds, checking all of their references. Now, green flag number 4 is they are a master organizer. So I've already given you a little bit of an idea on how someone needs to be great at anticipating things, at being proactive. Now, that is also different from being super organized. So you want your EA and you want your chief of staff to take care of your schedule, maybe a little bit of calendar management. Sometimes they can also be tasked to look for flights and plan a trip for you. So you really need someone to handle order and keep you away from all of the chaos in your business. And even if it's something as small as, hey, can you arrange this drive for me? They already know and they can already visualize how to have a better user experience when doing this. So whether they're doing the organization in terms of like alphabetizing the folders or arranging it in a certain way, that will give you an idea of what kind of person will help you with bringing order into your business. That's who you want as your right hand, and that's who you want to be there for you when times get rough and when times get super busy. A lot of business owners, especially online business owners, have launches, have busy times, and have certain times when they have to just be 100% for their family and they can't handle anything in their business for a little time, and they need their EA and they need their chief of staff to just hold the fort down. And you need someone trustworthy and someone that can really handle a lot of moving parts, someone who can make sure that everything is in order. And honestly, another tip, this is why a lot of great executive assistants and chiefs of staff make great project managers and eventually operations managers, because of this mindset, because they know how to rein in order from all of the chaos. And lastly, the number 5 green flag is they need to have tech savviness and of course adaptability. Now, to be completely honest with you, between you and me, this comes with being smart. This comes with critical thinking. You don't need your EA to always be ahead in terms of technology, but if you have an EA or a chief of staff that's always checking out what's new in terms of AI, automations, and is always looking at making things easier for you, cleaning up the systems in your business, cleaning up the systems in your life, and even like making certain suggestions on how they can improve your day-to-day using technology, using modern tools, AI, automation, maybe it's an AI agent, AI assistant, whatever you call it, maybe it's a new platform. If you have someone who can do that, who can give you advice and be ahead of you in terms of keeping abreast with all of these changes in technology, and most of all, someone who's resourceful and someone who's calm and can just learn on their own pace and make your life easier for you, that is an absolute green flag. If you can find someone with that skill, that should definitely be put on top of the candidate list. So those are the 5 green flags to look for when hiring a chief of staff or an executive assistant. In my company, in proximityoutsourcing.com, we provide a lot of tools, resources, and also we bring a lot of experience in hiring the best executive assistants and chiefs of staff to super high level people. One of our clients is an entertainment lawyer based in Austin. Some of his clients include Kanye West. Some of his clients include a lot of athletes as well. And so he really works with high level people, and he really needed his executive assistant to be on point. Another one is actually actually a high level manager for Google, and he hired a chief of staff to help him out with his personal life and his day-to-day schedule because things can get super busy. He also has other investments and other travels, a lot of other things going on in his life. And so these 5 traits were definitely the traits that we presented when he chose for his executive assistant. Both of our clients are still working with us, and they have been working with us for years now. Now, if you want to experience what they experience, and if you're really ready for an amazing chief of staff that will take a lot of things off your plate and win you some peace back into your life, definitely give us a call. Visit us at proximityoutsourcing.com. Book us a call on our homepage, and we'll be there to help you out.